very emotional kind of like chapter of this My Hero Academia one, as the entirety of it involves like Deku, like, and this confrontation between All Might and Deku's mom, and like, this is not kind of like what a lot of people were expecting, but it's like, oh yeah, just go ahead, but no. This mom was proving a real challenge to, like, after everything, to All Might, and it's just like, look, you know, it has nothing to do with how great of a hero I am, like, forced to delays, like, you know, due to the villain's attacks and all that, unable to protect students from, like, terrible injuries and all that. I don't want him attending that school anymore, and it's just like, you know, look, and all that, it's my fault, like, you know, they told me and all that, the teachers told me countless times that I couldn't do that, and she's saying, like, look, even if that is the reason and all that, it's still the responsibility of, like, the school and all that, is, you know, it's still that, like, because regardless and all that, it's like, you know, exactly, like, you know, like, they're supposed to take care of you, they're trying to prevent stuff like this, and like, and she's saying, like, I might be a monster parent, but I don't care even if I am a monster and all that, and it's like, she's pretty much just saying, like, you know, I'm selfish, I'm a very selfish woman and all that, but I don't want to take his dreams away from him. If he just wants to become a hero, there are other schools, just don't, why does it have to be UA, like, why does it have to be this one, especially, and it's just like, you know, I wanted, like, especially, like, you know, it's like, I wanted to go to UA because, you know, that's where he was from, that's where All Might, you know, like, rather than just like Deku running away, and I was like, wow, I was really expecting to say you really ran away from all this like that, and then him coming back and getting the letter of, like, the kid that he rescued during the training camp and all that, and he's like, a kid that hates quirks, much less heroes, and he said, thank you. I have a long way to go, Mom, like, I know that. Even just a little, this kid and all that made me a hero. I was happy, and even if it isn't UA, it's fine. I'm going to become a hero no matter what. And just All Might, just like, you know, like just there respecting him and saying, like, you're no longer someone that's chasing after me. He was like, no longer going after my coattails. That's trying to, like, suck my dick like that. Is saying, you know, I'm like, my approach was wrong and I'm sorry. All Might getting on his knees and all that is like, you know, that boy is fit as my successor. In other words, a man destined to be the symbol of peace. And it's just like, you know, I'm sorry and all that, the one who used this to be the symbol of peace and all that, thinking that it was enough to remain as his idol. I apologize. And I was like, now I should be his teacher and all that. And it's like, you know, it's a humble request and all that. And I walked that bloody path. I've made sure that, and that I don't want him to go on that same path, and I want to stay by his side and walk together with him like that. And it's just like, you know, I know you're anxious about the current UA and all that, and it's like, you know, but instead of like looking at the present, look at the future that you know, your son can have and everyone can have. And could you just give me everything that I had to that Izuku boy, and even at the cost of my own life, I will protect and raise him and make him, you know, my own and all that. And it's like, you know, that was like emotional, because it was like, I was like, fucking the amount of stuff that he's doing right now to, like, for this boy, like, I respect it a lot. And he's just like, look, and all that, and saying, like, yeah, like, he's getting on his knees, and she even gets there, and it's like, you're Deku's happiness and all that. It's not like I dislike you or, like, you know, or the school. I just want him to be happy, but at the cost, I don't want you trading your life away. And continue to protect and raise him. If you can promise that, I will give in. And just All Might just getting up, just like, I promise. I promise and all that. And it's like, you know, and just hearing that stuff, and I really respect, I really like this chapter. I was really, like, expecting to come into it, because, like, the first half of it was like, I mean, of last week's one was, it was alright. I mean, I was more interested in Bakugo's mom than anything. It was like, damn, that's pretty hot and all that. They're coming into it, and then this one I really had a kind of a lot of respect for, because it was like, everyone, like, kind of growing up in a mom, and it was a nice little thing to mention, saying, like, you know, what All Might knows, and I didn't really notice until now, it's like, that Deku's mom looks a lot like the original student, like that. It's like his teacher, like that, and it's like, although a little bit chubby like that, but it's like, that's a nice little thing to, like, notice. Like, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And seeing everyone's finally moving, like, you know, towards the dorms and all that, and you get to see everyone there, you know, you get to see everyone moving, like Bakugo, Deku, like, or every one of them is finally, you know, moving on there and waving goodbye and doing, you know, what they need to be doing and all that. So, you know, now that they're all going to the dorms, and, like, you know, we'll see, like, you know, how exactly that's going to be going. Although I did notice and all that, it's saying out that, like, when you saw, like, the H and all that, yeah, right at the end, that really looks like it's, like, trying to be, like, the Titan's Tower from, like, Teen's Titan. Like, that's what it really feels like. So I was like, okay, that's what it looks like. But Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What you want to think. I really enjoyed this chapter. I think this is probably one of my favorite chapters that's out like this week and all out chapters. I thought it was like a really great improvement because like this week's chapters have been kind of a bit of a slump. So this was a nice thing to have. So I'm definitely going to be giving this one an 8. I really thought it was a really great chapter, and I'm looking forward to more in the future and all that of Academia and getting closer and closer to that 100 mark. So you know, I'm looking forward to it. But let me know you guys in the comment section down below. But that's all for me. Thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys though next time.